This is 11/28/20, and we are live with part 3 of Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Just give me 1 second here to finish setting something up. There we go. Just getting chat up here. Very slowly. Apple updated their iOS, which every time they do that, feels like that is just kicking at the foundations of my old iPad, which is, I want to say, it's about 7 years old at this point. And everything functions exactly as it ought to, except it's a little more demanded upon by the OS as time has gone by. Case in point being Twitch does not seem to want to load its channels. Just give me 1 second. So, while I'm getting that up, pregame show, I do have chat up here on the computer so I can see that while this is getting sorted out. Watched Kurosawa's Red Beard over the holiday. That's a solid, optimistic Kurosawa black and white period film. I liked it very much. It's a 3-hour affair, and it's long enough to have an intermission, so they're very kind to have afforded that. But yeah, it's I think it's Mifune's last film that he did with Kurosawa, and it's a solid performance. It's he's got the gruff, I don't have a lot of emotional bandwidth outside of stoicism kind of masculinity that defines a lot of his kind of samurai style characters. And so yeah, and that's charming. But yeah, and it's an optimistic film. It's not the Ron period stuff where Kurosawa's worldview is very dark, ending with a blind man losing the last copy of his sutra, feeling out with his walking stick on the edge of a cliff, kind of thing. There we go. And yeah, also watched the non-anthologized first installment of Battles Without Honor and Humanity, which is, I mean, weirdly enough, you would think that if they're doing like an omnibus version, they'll keep like all the relevant action stuff in, but they actually cut out a lot of the more violent stuff, so it's actually a rougher watch in some ways. Again, it's just like gangster movie stuff, so if you kind of have an idea what you're in for the genre, that's fine. Evening Iceman Dan. Yeah, just touching on some of the pregame show media intake for the past few days. Had this this on my menu, and it's good stuff. Other than that, I'm kind of, I don't want to say I've painted myself into a corner, because the corner is almost done being painted, but I've kind of got myself into a couple of books where I'm very close to the end. And this is a position you can get into sometimes where you have exhausted your first and second bursts of interest in something that you're reading, but those bursts have been intense enough and prolonged enough in their own right to get you fairly far along, so you're just a hair's breadth away, but for whatever reason, the questions that you brought to that work have been satisfied, and you're just like, well, okay, I guess I'm still reading this. And you have a choice to either bail, follow your nose, and pick something else up, or stick with it, which is what I am doing, and what I try to make a point of doing, and finish it up. Those two, in case for me, are the Prydain Chronicles, which I'm, my gosh, let's see, almost exactly 100 pages away from finishing that 5-book series. And I don't want to say that it's uninteresting, but my interest has waned. But still, we're getting to the point where it's denouement, beloved characters are dying, that sort of thing. and it's well written, and it's exciting, and it's also, the last book in a series is typically, the point that a writer has matured enough to be a better storyteller, and Alexander most certainly is. I think that just my appetite for sword and sorcery fantasy has been sated. The other one is Toynbee's Experiences, which I'm less far along, but every time I pick it up, I'm just immediately absorbed, and will just look up an hour and a half later, and I'm like, oh wait, I lost myself in this book for 50 pages. But it's getting myself to pick it up and generating that enthusiasm that is outside the book that's just kind of hard to do. Oh, let's see, what else? More Tsume puzzles in Shogi, and one of the things in Toynbee that was kind of exciting, one of the reasons I'm actually quite glad that I have this collection of Butler's Lives of the Saints, which is a comprehensive, yet still abridged edition, 4-volume set of all the saints canonized in the Catholic Church up until, let's see, obviously up until the publication date at the latest. Let's see. Reprint was 1956, so, obviously it doesn't include St. Teresa or anything. Anyway, quite good, and a good handy reference. And Toynbee alerted me to the existence of St. Denis of Paris, apparently the patron saint of France. Did not know that. And this is an entire category of saints that I've seen depicted in medieval art. Did not know this was a thing. It is saints whose miracles include picking up their severed head at the moment of martyrdom and then walking a certain distance to some key location before succumbing to death or whatever their end happens to be. And this is it's great. Jesus, this guy is just so fed up with some of the fable telling that goes on in a lot of medieval writing. The invective is just exhausted. In his Areopagitica, Abbot Hilduin made use of spurious and worthless materials, and it is difficult to believe in his complete good faith. The life is a tissue of fables. The Areopagite comes to Rome, that being Denis, comes to Rome where Pope St. Clement I receives him and sends him to evangelize the Parisi, which would be the Parisians, in 300 AD. They try in vain to put him to death by wild beasts, fire, and crucifixion. Then, together with Rusticus and Eleutherius, he is successfully beheaded on Montmartre. Successfully beheaded is a very interesting combination of words. You just got it's like, well, we tried to kill him with wolves, we tried to kill him with fire, we tried to crucify him, none of it worked, so we cut off his head. He's like, he's a vampire. Which is interesting. Anyway, he is successfully beheaded on Montmartre. The dead body of Saint Dionysus rose on its feet and, led by an angel, walked the 2 miles from Montmartre to where the abbey church of Saint Denis now stands, carrying its head in its hands and surrounded by singing angels, and so was there buried. This hagiographer is not having any of it. But yeah, there's a whole genre of fable, of hagiographies to that end, where the saint is carrying their own head. Really cool stuff. I'm into it. It's that good old medieval European overlay of heathen and Christian revised paganism that does my heart good. Okay, so now we're going to jump into Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Also, Iceman Dan, in the event that I did not say it, good evening. I'm a little leery about this iPad's reliability to tell me what chat is saying, but we're going to give it a shot. So if I don't respond to you and you do write something, it's because this thing is not passing that information along. Let's think I need to, for my own pleasure and benefit, anthologize some of the intros. Evening, Mexican Sting. It's good to see you. Man, it's artistically smart to show all the helicopters and explosions in the background, because you do wind up fighting a lot of machines in this, and you know, it kind of hits at the whole sort of offshore facility side of you know, Mother Base. So, where were we in this? I don't even remember. Like, I know the story beats and, you know, the flow of Metal Gear Solids 1 through 3 like the back of my hand. Peace Walker on, it's not in there. I just fought Pupa. Yeah, that's right. We'll say one of my favorite moments in Metal Gear Solid 5 was sneaking around and coming upon the boss AI pod. It was refreshing to see some familiar mech design from the previous games, and also very teasingly weird that the boss AI was like, "Wait, you're not Jack." The robot knows. Also, this is good. I can see the chat that confirms that that's a thing. All right. You can just see the FOB sneakery from MGS5 going on. Okay, so do we have anybody in the waiting room? We do not. Let me turn this down to my headphones. There we go. What do we have that needs developing? Okay. I have the Mother Base Bucks to do a few things. That seems like a wise investment. So weird that so many of the blueprints for what became, you know, MGS5, which is just astounding and just really genre-defining and like changes the series in a very decisive way that it's been trying to since MGS4. It's weird that the early version of that was a PSP game. Slip in and terminate that AI before they ship it out. All right. Let's bring something a little less heavy in. I do like leaving room for screwing up as a thing with consequences. So let's do that. That's nice. The start mission sound is the horse clopping. Also, this this chapter titling sequence, I believe, that feels familiar from MGS5. Oh, hey, it's my birthday.
Snake, how's the mule treating you?
At this pace, I should be there by tomorrow morning.
You've got to hurry. The AI could be completed any time now.
Be nice to have a guide.
Already on it. I've enlisted Paz to help you. She knows the jungle pretty well.
Yeah, well, birthday, not birth year. That's, that was 5 years coming on that.
You are in an ancient jungle so foggy you can hardly see the trees. It is home to 2,500 species of plants, including 400 types of orchids. There are also 500 species of butterflies and over 400.
It's nice that they simulate the old-style codec radio
Mayan ruins have miraculously survived
visually here.
centuries of earthquakes.
An AI.
Also, thank you.
Mayan ruin. Would have thought, hey, Huey.
My sentiments exactly. That doesn't mean security's any less tight, though. You still have the ID card I gave you, don't you?
41's turning out to be a pretty good year so far.
That'll get you through the gate, no problem. After that, you're on your own. As long as the AI remains unassembled, Coldman's plan's on ice.
What about security inside the lab?
Well, it shouldn't be a problem for you. Strangelove demanded that the security presence inside the lab be kept to a minimum.
I get that they're condensing time to show travel and everything, but this is a very funny contrast between what he's discussing and what he's doing. Also nice to show that he's got the snake eater skills.
As you approach the lab, be extra vigilant.
I'll be careful.
Yeah, I've been around for a bit.
Strangelove's lab is a few miles to the north. It won't be long before the AI is complete. Don't let that happen.
I really like the dynamism in that cutscene. That's that really gets at everything that that I think is really strong about that storytelling style.
They'll be nearly impossible to see.
And looks like I left my horse. Horse is up there. I don't know if you can. I don't know if it's a good idea. You know, again, one of the great values of applying heat to things that you would like to eat is that it kills off a lot of microbes and parasites and the like.
Watch out. Enemy search may not spot enemies that are actively hidden.
Let's see. You're right, Iceman Dan. That is, everything of basic level intelligence respects the alert sound effect and the exclamation mark. Nope.
Someone there? Nothing here.
I had hoped to press my back up against that, but that's not happening. Alright, I see him. And I don't see anyone else. So I'm going to resist the temptation to, oh, crap.
Who are you?
Well, said I wanted to leave room for failure. Also, thank you, Iceman Dan. For my birthday this year, I got a shogi set and some books I've been wanting. I believe the day was also the birthday of stream semi-regular Hobgoblin. So, happy birthday! Oh, come on, do not. So, happy birthday to him. Whoa! Did not know that they had the old skull. Oh God!
Understood. Eliminate all
Ah, man, I'm getting lost in the controls here. I think that I would really like is if the R1, if these two could switch, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm getting stuck in my menu when I'm trying to attack. So, let's see. Can I change that?
If there's enemy scouts around here, they'll be nearly impossible to see.
Oh, there's just... Man, that is some old PS1 design stuff right there. Giving you, like, fixed control schemes instead of trusting you to make your own button assignments. Well, whatever.
Where are they?
Watch out. Enemy search may not spot enemies that are actively hidden.
Where are they?
It's an awfully quick cancel of interest for that level of urgency.
Here he is.
Understood. Dispatching reinforcements now.
Oh, wow, these guys are... difficulty level has jumped up. Oh, neat, you get a CQC prompt there. Wonder what that looks like.
Wait.
There. I have had it with that. Yeah, I have alerts now because I'm playing worse.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
That's the secret. Oh, is this a traversable area up here? Curious. Could I have just avoided all of this by going up here? Oh, the stream. Yes. Did an alert pop up? Did I get a follower who I should be saying thank you to? Evening, Eternal Gamer. And I agree. The latter is the bar pun may be intended that every Metal Gear should have to cross to make its way into legend. Well, I mean, Iceman Dan, Mother Base can always use more sandwich makers, you know? So, they might have been bad at attacking Big Boss, but if they can make a PB&J, I'm happy. Wait a minute. Eternal Gamer, that's Dan. Dan, hey, it's good to see you. Oh, thank you. That was a very fun thing to make, and weirdly enough, got promoted by Konami on their Twitter. It's Dan is an old gaming buddy of mine who we also went to the same grad school together. So it is always a pleasure to see him. But yeah, no, Konami, weirdly enough, tweeted that out back when it was new, and that was a nice influx of attention for it. Come on, there we go. And also, yeah, it was very weird having that attention drawn to it, because it was like, well, I did do some work for you guys, and now I guess I'm getting fan attention. So I don't know, it was interesting being on that side of the coin. Oh,
Nothing here.
I think I see the way that the guards are set up here. They're all looking at each other. See if we can avoid the bloodbath that got us through the last area.
Free.
Here, let's give us a shakedown here. Ooh. What is the Narcola? That's I don't know. I know that Narcola has been the brand of choice for Drebin and his aluminum underpants wearing monkey friend. And now that we know that it was in existence in the 70s, I mean, brand canonicity isn't necessarily something that, oh, for God's sake. Isn't something that necessarily needs to be tracked, but there you go.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Don't take any of the gunshots so hard. I'm actually a very good sneaker. Little Gray, thank you. Oh man, I remember when Metal Gear Online was up and going, and they were still releasing secret characters or bonus characters for the DLC in it, and they did a poll as to which characters fans would most like to see, and Little Gray was actually one of the options. Would be very interested to see what the dumb bullshit in that game would look like applied to Little Gray. It's really interesting, the design looking head-on that almost has like an insect-like appearance with the segmentation. And I'm thinking, I guess, like the spider eyes, that's what it makes me think of. A Hind D. Colonel, who's flying a Hind D in this weather? The answer is the tropics, so everyone! Just a thing we do out here in Costa Rica. Everybody gets their Hind D out for the July.
Thanks for putting me on the R&D team, Snake. I'll cut to the chase. We've commenced development on our own bipedal weapon. The only thing is, we don't exactly have easy access to resources here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have the budget of a defense department behind us.
I understand. That's why I want to ask.
Actually, yeah, what's a Russian gunship doing here? Is apt here as well.
Again, easier said than done.
If anyone could do it, you
Although I guess with the Cold War we have a pretty good idea why Russian gunship is here.
If you're not interested, I can just work with what we have here. I'm not trying to force you to take unnecessary risks. You're the boss around here.
All right. No promises. But I'll think about it.
Sounds like a beleaguered parent.
Also, each AI weapon has a head part that serves as the core of its armament. Recovering a head part will allow you to use the weapon associated with that part. But those guys won't go down without a fight, so don't get too preoccupied with this stuff.
Don't worry. I'm not about to risk my life for a bunch of scrap.
I would hope not.
Oh, buddy, you're in my control. Let me tell you exactly how much scrap you're going to risk your life for.
Good point. We can't keep calling it our bipedal weapon.
I had a talk with Miller, and we came up with Metal Gear Zeke.
Metal Gear. Zeke?
Yep. As you know, Metal Gear was coined by Gronin.
And Zeke?
It's a name the U.S. military gave to Japanese aircraft that flew during World War II. Zeke was the Japanese Navy's best fighter plane. So are you okay with
Interesting. I thought that was that's where Jack comes
Miller
from,
was saying that an army without borders will need a deterrent against other
if I'm
countries.
remembering right.
He's right. With Metal Gear, MSF can achieve true independence.
Zeke and Jack. All right. Like this is the R&D department's idea of publishing. Well, we made a magazine. There's only one, and it doesn't update. So good luck. No. I said no. Verbally, listen to what I'm saying, rather than what my hands do. Okay. Cool. Strange that the frame rate here drops down to like 30. I do get a nice Groznygrad Shagahad hangar vibe from this, aesthetically. Yes, coffee to heart. I think that that is reliably how you can read anytime somebody takes like a stim pack or whatever you're going to call it out and stabs a character in the chest to bring them back to life for co-op. That's just straight up espresso. Alright, you are good at spying. I just think all these spies are just colossal gossips. Like the most toxic department to work in. Oh, let's see. Oh, I missed the D-rank soldier Mexican sting. Okay. Are you even healing? You look like you're healing. 3600. Alright, so I'm gonna remember 3600. And see if that's actually changing. I'm gonna say night vision goggles are gonna be more useful. You know, I would like...
Careful, Snake. I've never seen it.
I would like to get a little more parts from a Metal Gear, so I'm gonna do this one again. See if we can do this a little smarter this time. Don't need that. Okay. Well, good enough. Do I have battle uniform? Sure.
Survival.
Oh man, I loved the DLC camo outfits that they had for Snake in Metal Gear Solid 3. Really at a time when DLC wasn't so much a thing.
That's an AI weapon. The Pupa. It's fast, so be careful. If you destroy the boosters on the left and right, you can stop it from charging at you.
Yeah, let's just destroy these things.
Lie flat. Avoid getting hit when it charges.
See if we can get these on its right side. Oh, Eternal Gamer, there was something I wanted to ask you. Have you ever played The Inpatient? It's a PSVR title. I'm not sure if you have that particular unit, but I find myself very curious if you have played it and what you think of it if you have.
You destroyed the machine gun.
Same Mexican Sting. Oh. Oh! Okay. I think I grabbed them when they were up. I remember there were some of them that were not available outside of Japan because they were part of hashtag branding opportunities.
Take those lightning rods out. They direct its electroshock attack. They locate your request.
All right.
It'll be sent out shortly.
Whoop. Thanks for running over my stuff. Cool.
High voltage incoming.
Ooh. That's hurting there. Oh wait, crap, I'm out. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Evening, Hobgoblin. And a belated happy birthday to you. Let's see. Really? They had those on the demos. Interesting. I love that little yell. Oh! Nope.
They've okayed the request before. They're sending out a cardboard box as we speak.
Oh, mate. Thank you. I absolutely need tea. Ah! That is a hell of a whiff. Oh. This might hurt a lot. Yep. It in fact did. Oh man, I am absolutely dead. Yeah, Hubba Goblin. I watched the omnibus version, which I did not know was the omnibus version, which condenses the first 4 films of Battles Against Honor and Humanity into one 3.5 hour, 3 hour, 45 minutes experience. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this.
That's an
And
AI
prep.
weapon. The pupa. It's fast, so be careful.
And so now that I kind of know what I'm in for, I mean it's your standard, you know, mob movie affair.
Only the treads on the left and right to stop it from doing its punch attack.
I'm going through and watching the individual films. If only because I'm actually very curious to see how they selected which parts of the 4 films as most necessary. Alright, we're just gonna get rid of these damn things right now. Yeah, I know, right? The glowing mushroom bit during the Volgan fight was one of the goofiest things.
Take those lightning rods out. They direct it
In fact, I think Rykov, if you were interrogating him, Rykov says something to the effect that the Colonel has trouble with certain mushrooms, and you're just, what could that possibly mean? Yeah! I might as well go ahead and call this in.
They've okayed the request for support. They're sending out a cardboard box as we speak.
Haha! Okay.
There'll be some warning signs when it's coming out.
I can get you on this side. And we can nip this whole shocking me with a ground electric grid thing in the bud. destroyed, oh wait, that was its own thing that it destroyed. Good, good.
High voltage incoming.
Ah. The amount of life this thing has, please. Oh, hey! That, gave me damage, but also did not knock me on my butt. So that's good to know. Jesus! Oh man, this is incredibly slow wake up.
They've okayed your request for a cardboard box. It'll be sent out shortly.
Oh, come on. Alright. I mean, it's only an entire mech to the face. How badly could it hurt?
They've okayed the request for support. They're sending out a cardboard box as we speak.
Stop up, Snake. Good, good. These pods on the left seem to really have armor, but the ones on the right did not. Didn't have the resistance of.
Blow the hatch and climb into the
All right.
pod. You should be able to get
So, sorry, catching up on chat. The fight turned out to be a lot more involved than I thought it would for something that I was engaging optionally. The bosses don't play around when you've got beginner equipment.
Pull out all the AI's memory boards before the pod's ejected. The black memory boards are locked. Go after the boards with icons over them. You can unlock memory boards by destroying the mechanical components that they control. Any boards you remove can be used to build our own AI weapon. Memory boards have different functions according to the icons displayed over them. Go ahead and take whichever ones you want.
Alright, good. Hopefully we can harvest enough of the parts from this victory that it'll give us the Metal Gear equipment that we need to build the base design, even if we don't have all the circuit boards. Oh, yeah, little baby Shagahad. Finally crawling to the surface. I am wondering, I mean, you kind of have to accept that there's a non-canonicity to the fact that these things just apparently exist to fight Snake on command. Or these are like thought experiments where Snake goes back and fights it again. Yet with strangely material consequences that you have to defeat these things roundly again and again to get enough materials to build a Metal Gear. It occupies, these fights, the replay on these fights occupies a weird space between required for canon to progress and also implausible as a canon experience. Thank you, Hobgoblin. And yeah, I would recommend the omnibus version if you want to get a gist of kind of, if somebody wants to see what it's like, what, you know, with that kind of like 70s mobster movie, there we go, that's what I was looking for, I would recommend it. It is cut in such a way that even though the 4 movies don't follow necessarily a main character, it does focus on a recurring character across them, that they are comprehensible as a unit, and I mean, it's not an uplifting story, and it certainly is not one that that flatters organized crime. It very much leans into the notion of post-war degeneracy as the cause of like organized crimes hold after World War II. So yeah, the omnibus takes what is coherent across the 4 films and portrays it in a way where you've got reliable characters that show up, develop, and meet fates appropriate to that development. And where do you spoon and fork? There we go. Yeah, so it's solid stuff. Yeah, margin of error, excuse me, I agree. And good evening, it's good to meet you. I think the, I mean, even with the metagaming, not metagaming, the meta moment of Solid Snake, you know, in Arsenal gear, pointing a thumb to his bandana and, you know, observing infinite ammo. Like that's all definitely of a piece for what the series does. It's I guess, like, it's the fact that the Metal Gear games outside of everything that starts with portable ops and moves on is sort of independent of the sort of like grind design of a lot of games that are, you know, open world or replayable mission notions. And so I kind of feel like at this point they haven't really integrated the two. With Metal Gear Solid 5, Space Hamlet, who is a semi-regular in the stream chat, wrote a pretty good piece, I thought, lately published about how the replayability of open world missions in MGS5 sort of reinforces the fact that Venom has to kind of like learn on the ground to be Big Boss, and it is a take that makes the open world design of that game coherent as a narrative moment or narrative pattern. But yeah, I feel like in Peace Walker, yeah, I'm remembering as I'm playing through this why Peace Faulkner, yeah, As I Lay Dying could absolutely be a metaphor for the carting around of Big Boss's remains. Anyway, yeah, the controls are a little soft. There's not quite as much responsiveness. And maybe if the controls were like they were in all the other games, I would be more okay with it. But as it stands, I find myself trying to do things and not seeing it reflected in the game. And I know that that's on me as a player to adapt to what the game is expecting, because it is consistent. Nonetheless, I don't like it. Peace Wagner. Sound and the Fury. All sound and fury signifying nothing. Because that's exactly how much the protagonists gain by the end of any Metal Gear game. Let's do that. And anyway, and also, yeah, the open world missions, I enjoy them. I enjoy the open world missions. That's not a complaint. I played this game so much and collected so many vehicles. But as an overall thing, it makes less sense in my brain. Again, not something that is necessarily a fault of the game, but kind of where it hits me. Okay.
Neutralize the enemy troops.
Like, Oh, I can't believe that actually hit. Yeah, I wanted that fuel tank. Oh wait, I need a missile to hit the fuel tank with. I bet these guys have got great stats. Ooh, that's it's gonna burn. Yeah. Oh, that's a big whiff. Oh, no, 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 no!
They've okayed your request for a cardboard box. It'll be sent out shortly.
Very generous of the mech engineers to paint red everything that is a gigantic target that I should absolutely shoot for maximum damage. Oof.
They've okayed the request for support. They're sending out a cardboard box as we speak.
Yes. Margin of error. I agree. I think... Oh, no. Don't. I'd like you guys to absolutely not do that. Like how he just gets more and more powerful with every CQC. Thank you for the help. And I think probably some of my dissatisfaction with it comes from the fact that they're still solving some design questions that, for the direction they're taking Metal Gear, that they started doing in MGS4 and will ultimately be able to answer in MGS5.
You're going it alone? No way! You're out of your mind!
Huey, did you just get into the room or something? I've been here for like 10 minutes.
You hit the fuel tank. They won't be going
Oh,
anywhere for a while.
crap. Okay, yes, good. I thought I was out.
Damn it! Looks like they've got a backup fuel tank.
No! Do not be blinded by dust! Oh, just gonna get out of here. If you are on my team, I promise I will not shoot you with a giant rocket while you are knocked out after having been deployed at my command. That is the Big Boss promise.
You're asking for the impossible. We need some time. Try again later.
Well, at least I shot the sun.
They've okayed your request for a cardboard box. It'll be sent out shortly.
I can just hear the cooks in the mess hall sending out the rations, realizing that Big Boss is in the field fighting a freaking Hind D Soviet gunship and getting the order for more sandwiches for Big Boss to rub into his wounds. All right.
You down the chopper. Excellent work.
Kind of remember it's possible to capture those things by tranking the pilot, but clearly that path was not taken there. All right, sneaking suit. stop worrying about the pesky sound mechanic.
Boss, I'm starting to wonder if recruiting soldiers with a Fulton isn't a little heavy-handed.
I already know where this is going.
I think the voluntary approach could be more pragmatic. Technically, we're not a corporate entity, but at our size, that's not too far from the truth. We can't keep using guerrilla tactics to find new blood.
They keep asking for their families. I don't know what to tell them.
Or select trade to exchange soldiers with other mercenary units.
Yeah, right. Mother-based brand Doritos, or I'm sorry, T-chips. All right, let's hop into medbay and see if Amanda is actually healing, or if I canonically need to let her work while injured. Yeah, Iceman Dan, I think he might have placed a call and just like casually was talking like, so how's the business going? Like, I don't know, talking to his brother or something. He was like, you know that there's laws against that. I mean, did you guys know that? You just don't care? Like, what's the deal? Okay, Amanda is not healing up. You are good at intelligence. Yeah, right? Just looking at the ceiling there on Chico and Amanda, and yeah, it looks like they both have the same kind of ceiling on intel skills. That is one precocious 12-year-old. Okay, yeah, you guys go in the combat unit. Absolutely want this. And can't afford that, so that's for later. In fact, I can't afford anything, so I spent my allowance. Let's see, what does recruit do? I mean, I know what a recruit does. I'm just curious to see what it looks like on a console. This obviously makes sense as a portable feature. Yeah, I agree. I think that the visual layout is very pleasing and definitely highlights the width of the PSP screen. It feels very good and feels very crisp. So I have to beat them up? I mean, that's the way that Miller is spinning this, but I think that probably is a concession to big bosses need to, I mean, only recruit people that he has personally fought.
Don't disappoint him, boss. Show him what you got.
Reporting for duty. I'm not done yet. You win.
That I'm not done yet sounded very Matt Mercer to me. It's interesting that they kept the beachside shack, like just kind of as a little annex place. I mean, I think that's neat that for however well known the mother base is, they kept that little shack as a place to as a meeting point. No, I don't actually want to do that again. No, let's just back out of that. Hagfish. Here at Mother Base, we treat you with a modicum of respect. Your name is, I don't know, Donkey. It's like Kaz randomly selecting these things from a shelf of National Geographics. Donkey fish.
Infiltrate Dr. Strangelove's research lab and either deactivate or destroy the AI. The lab's built into some ancient ruins, so find those first.
Alright, a little less heavy-handed this time. But not that much less heavy-handed. Oh, sneaking. Though, not the best for a jungle environment.
Survival.
Oh. ID card H. Yes. Catarata de la Muerte. Don't know what a catarata is, but de la Muerte gives me a sense of what it's meant to be.
Some scouts are really hard to spot because they use grass or dirt to camouflage themselves. They blend right in with the natural surroundings.
Okay. Someplace I can put my back to a wall.
Somebody there?
Snipers and laser sights are a deadly combination.
Who saw me?
Somebody there? Huh, nothing. Somebody
There he is. No.
This place is getting to me.
Yeah, you're hallucinating gunshots, and your buddy's biting the dust. Shoot, I should have brought magazines. Let's get over here where I can actually touch this thing. Oh, weird. Seems like it's adjusting where Snake knocks based on my camera position. So if I'm down here, we hit rock. If I'm up here, we hit leaves. Interesting. Pretty sure. Yep. Catarata means waterfalls. That jives with an English word that I have seen an association with waterfalls. I want to say cataract, but I don't remember if that's exactly right. Cataract obviously referring to the eye thing, but I feel like there is a use of it that is geographical as well. Okay. Some of these bird sounds feel very familiar from Snake Eater. At one point, I got an MP3 recorder where you could take any standard audio jack. I'm pretty sure that's a dude over there, and plug it in, and then just record the audio. So I had Snake kind of chill out in a box in one of the forests, and recorded about an hour and a half of that forest's wildlife. It was at the swamp, I think, where the gavial gators, you had to swim through them, and that was an area where rain would come through on occasion. So it was, the bird sounds there, the rain coming through, the rain ebbing, and just that process. I recorded about an hour and a half of that, and used to, and then burn that on a CD and would listen to that going to sleep for several months.
Free.
Take this stuff. There we go.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
Yeah, well, I love the sound design of Snake Eater. Oh wait, I heard a grunt. That's what that is. It's this fella. Thought it was somebody seeing Snake.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Yeah, it does. Rain sounds in general are very relaxing for me. The variety of sounds that are happening all at once. And one other thing that I used to use to help put myself to sleep would be putting Snake in a box on the tanker in MGS2 and just kind of leaving him there. And that was very soothing in the same way for me. And now I live in the Pacific Northwest, where I get rain about 7 months out of the year. Everybody who's from here says that they're tired of it and unimpressed, but it is a treasure for me. Yes, I do. The only thing that I do miss, I used to work in a forest outside of Tampa, and I do miss those Tampa storms coming off the Gulf. It's like so thick you can't see like 3 feet in front of your eyes. Very intense. Oh, Actually, Mexican Sting, I wonder, there's a, I don't know if you've heard of this, it's it's Hat Note, it's Wiki Sounds, it's basically a procedural music generator that is connected to Wikipedia edits, so that whenever somebody updates an article on Wikipedia, depending on the size of the article, you were not going to do this. Depending on the size of the article,
What are you doing?
it generates a tone that is either high in treble or low in bass. So like a very large article will have a dong, and then a very small article will have a ding. And so it is kind of like chaotic in how it's generated, but it does have a sort of synth swoon that happens underneath it to give it a kind of sense or an order to the ear. So yeah, if you haven't heard of Wiki Sounds, or if you look up Hat Note, you'll see it. It is a pretty good sleep aid, I think, as well. In part because it is so random, and because you're not looking for a pattern, so the part of your brain that you kind of want to shut off can shut off.
I am an ornithologist myself.
Well, we'll have to compare notes later. Here, drink some of this.
Oh yeah, Iceman Dan, the heat in Florida is absolutely something to take seriously. You can be completely dry in an air-conditioned building, walk 10 feet, and then just come back sweating.
They told me this was a paradise. That there were more rare birds here than anywhere else. That there was no war here.
What is it called? That?
They told me it was every birder's dream. But
That I don't recall. I just know Hat Note is the thing that I type in my phone browser to autoload the URL.
I was trying to capture the kettle song. Making my way through a thicket, I saw immense runes towering before me.
I trace it away. It will bite you unless you kill it. Go home.
You're the one who made the tape.
I am loyal to myself. Who's there?
I was captured by that woman. But she was kind. She gave me food to eat and even bathed me herself.
I think that's Strangelove?
Each day.
Yeah, this is one of the other things about Peace Walker that makes it less a favorite is, like, these aspects of the series, the voyeuristic parts, you know, that's always been there, like, as an optional thing, even in, like, Metal Gear Solid 1. But this, like, really leans harder into it than any of the other games. And I'm just like, guys, that's not the brand I'm here for.
But I managed to elude them.
You made it this far and then succumbed to exhaustion.
I was barefoot, with no supplies. Oh, I am so sorry. I drink it all.
Trying to think who else. I think Natasha Romanenko has a French accent.
Well, there was another woman.
I feel like there's somebody else who I'm not placing.
Because you know, the blindfold. Oh yes, she often sang.
Sang?
It was such a strange song.
What kind of person was she? Could you tell anything from her voice?
I don't know. I don't even know why I was held a prisoner. They confiscated my equipment, my supplies, my passport, money, everything. The only thing I was allowed to keep were my undergarments, so that I would not be able to escape. And
Yeah, this character's arc, I think she also gets dropped around the time Ground Zeroes comes out. And I don't remember her having the same kind of closure that Amanda does, where Amanda is,
Don't even need a name.
I think, she's actually given like a verbal farewell,
We'll take you there anytime.
but her, I don't think she is. Natasha had a Russian accent, thank you.
It's Cuban.
No French cigarettes? I prefer unfiltered.
Fresh out. But come back to my place and you can have all the French cigarettes you want.
Yeah, no, like,
Close.
the voyeuristic stuff is ignorable, and the experience exists without it in the prior games. It's just like at this point, it's
When you escaped, right? What's in
making
there?
it much more heavy-handed.
Lots of machinery. A big computer, like you would see in the university.
What about the room where you heard the voice? Anybody in there?
I don't know. There was a tube. A large tube in the back. When I approached it, I heard a voice.
What did it say?
Jack. Yes, it simply said Jack over and over.
Jack.
Listen, you've got to get me out of here. I really need a shower.
Wait here. I still got business to take care of.
What? You're not thinking of going in there, are you? You can't leave me here.
Relax. I'll have
Buddy,
some
you have been
friends
slapping Fulton recovery systems on everybody who happened to, like, I don't know, ask directions from, and now it's a problem?
Snake, we don't have room for any more civilians here.
Not even for a blonde Parisienne.
A what? So she's, pretty foxy?
See for yourself. If what she's saying is true, I think we found Paz's friend.
The missing one?
I'm
Goes back
thinking
to shoot
she's the
photos?
one
I mean,
broke
that-
the tape.
That's
I've been listening to
ringing
what
a
she does
bell?
there.
So she's safe then. Good news.
I'm sure
This is just
Paz
that
will
weird
back
chapter
here.
in her
You bet.
photographer's career where she happened
The
to
ruins are just up ahead.
join a
Head north.
paramilitary company.
What about me?
Stay put. Ever wonder what it's like to be a bird?
There we go. But to say, the whole Geneva Convention talk that Kaz gave Snake appeared to have been taking hold, but nope, Snake was just holding out for the gotcha moment of being hurtled thousands of meters into the air. Maybe not thousands of meters, that's kilometers. And it might not be that high. No, I mean, we all, sometimes you just gotta go find yourself, you know? Actually, I seem to remember that being part of the bio of Motosada Mori, the military advisor for the Metal Gear series, and I don't remember where I read it. There was a period where I was just like, really interested in him and his role in the series, and I think that there was like a period of his life where he just went to the continent and just roamed around and got involved in conflicts. I don't remember exactly. Like, it gave the impression that for all the snaky stuff that you see here, he was actually living some of that. Yeah, no, that was my takeaway, and I don't remember if that was a seed of an idea that then became something bigger in my brain, or if that's legit his bio. I don't think he worked on Death Stranding. The combat, I mean, I'm basing that entirely on my knowledge of the combat of that game, which is considerably less developed than in Metal Gear.
What's that noise? What?
I agree. I found out about
Guess not.
the here. Let's just.
What's that?
I found out about the strand that you could use to strangle dudes with. Well, after the point when it would have been most useful to have that information, And then once I did, I was kind of glad that I didn't know about it because it did make combat extremely easy. The parrying was a lot of fun. I actually thought that the strand mechanic was a unique feature of, let's see.
What's that?
Was a unique feature of the fight with, who's the
Guess not.
Anubis dude.
What's that? Guess not.
Yeah, I think that MGS5's CQC kind of realized had a good balance. Whoop. Had a good balance between the simplicity of CQC and Peace Walker and the complexity of CQC and MGS4. Higgs, thank you. Oh.
The enemy's close. Come in, HQ.
This is HQ.
Yep, all clear. Pay absolutely no attention to the man running into your base. But yeah, for the majority of that game, I was just hitting people with trucks. Which is also what I did a lot of in MGS5, come to think of it.
It won't open. Damn.
It won't open. What's wrong with it?
Let's see.
Huey, your ID card isn't working.
Oh, the H in the ID card stands for Huey. Gotcha.
Can't be.
What's going on?
She hates me that much? Strangelove's in charge of authorizing IDs. Sometimes a working card has its privileges removed. Say, if she decides she doesn't like that card's carrier.
You think that's what happened?
Well, I was never exactly her favorite.
Oh,
Well, this could be tricky. The soldiers outside aren't allowed in the lab either, so their cards won't do you any good.
great.
Snake,
Kaz, where's Cecile?
she just got here. Hold on.
Snake!
Cecile, how'd it feel to fly?
Cecile is an interesting place to kind of give that boss design of blonde hair and the bandana. You know, they do iterate and repeat a lot of character designs and different characters to the series. That's just such a strange assignment of that look.
Who took it? What did he look like?
He had an arms jacket. I cannot recall his face though.
Yeah, they all look pretty much the same. Where did it happen?
Let me think. Ah, yes! I do remember hearing the song of a nearby castle.
Just what I'd expect from a birder.
Would you like to hear it?
Huh? What's that song?
It's my castle. I took it with me when I was rescued.
Didn't you say something about them being covered under the Washington Convention?
Just kidding. That was just me. An imitation. An essential skill for any ornithologist. Pretty good, no?
Damn good.
Yeah, I think that's where the bandana throws me off a little bit, is because that's a very warrior look in these games.
Thanks, Cecile.
No no. Thank you, Snake. Talk to you
So
soon.
it's a much more assertive, aggressive look for somebody who's, you know, basically support staff.
Sure did. It's hers, all right.
Then she must be.
She's not. Cecile said she's never even met Paz.
What?
She's at least 10 years too old.
But
I'm guessing Paz convinced herself that it was the tape her friend made. But never mind that. Let's go over what we know so far. The soldier with the ID card is wearing an orange jacket and is in a location where you'll hear Quetzal singing.
Yeah, that's a really good connection to draw Mexican Sting. Yeah, you've got, I mean, Schneider came back as Kyle Schneider, I think it was. He came back as the ninja in Metal Gear 2. But for the most part, I think it was like Karen or something. Just this very sort of like just like nondescript name, like, oh yeah, Karen's out shopping. I'm her boyfriend. You're Solid Snake. Yeah, I'll let her know that you called. Something like that. A lot of those conversations in Metal Gear 1 that, yeah, those characters never come back. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get some water, check on Panda availability, and be right back. Alright, new mission has been selected, and that mission is right here. The barrister. Oh, that's right, Gustava. I forgot about her. Wait, doesn't Gustava die? I mean, dying in a Metal Gear game is absolutely no assurance against returning at some point in the future, but thank you. God, he's a big fella. Yeah, hi. Holding this guy as he sleeps is a workout. Evening, Mud Crab. Yeah, well, the boss kinda returned. returns? Returning as an AI is a kind of continued existence in the Metal Gear universe. Let's see if we can capture some of the majesty of this. I don't know if the purrs are audible. Anyway, Panda's a good panda. He has a, there's a cat bed on the table where I set up my shogi board. And as I'm doing the sume puzzles, just to familiarize myself with the setup, I have the starting piece position, the pieces in their starting position, so I can visually familiarize myself with the kanji and where they go. And there's a cat bed that's on the table, so he or the little gargoyle, smaller one, will hop up there and curl up and watch me do these things with the pieces and snap them down. And it always winds up looking like they are very much the opponent, the enemy general, and in reality, if I stop moving them, they obviously are not processing this as a game with rules and pieces that mean anything outside of their shape and their presence. If I wait longer than like 5 seconds to move a piece and put it down, the paw goes immediately out to try to grab and drag. So that's a kind of timer. You know, you hit the stop clock thing. It's just have a cat on hand. If you don't move within 5 seconds, then there goes your game. Awesome. Good. I'm glad you could hear the purring. There we go. Yeah, he's a good fella. The cats that have graced my house have always been well-tempered creatures. Moon wrasse. No, Mud Crab. Actually, this would be probably my third. Tragically, I've lost all my saves, but I played it through to 100% completion on Metal Gear Zeke on the PSP. And then when this came out, I did the same again. And I've lost all of that information, sadly, all that data. So, yeah, I don't remember everything. Yeah, these guys look like the bassist and lead singer of a aging punk band or metal band. Anyway, definitely glam rock. Somebody's math teacher given a backstage pass. Anyway, yeah, I'm familiar with it. Yeah, it makes me sad. I like having complete save files on hand to access should I need to record anything from them, but it's the way it goes sometimes. One of the kind of sadly, I mean, pun unintended, but mercenary aspects of this game is by the time you're able to recruit, new soldiers, what do I need more in? Yeah, let's put her in intel. By the time you're recruiting soldiers who are superior to your starting set, you just start going back through and discharging the soldiers who were there with you from the very beginning, thereby effectively kind of undermining the notion of Outer Heaven as this place that honors old warriors, because here you've got your, your starting employees, and you're like, oh, you're not as good as the people who you're now attracting, so later, good luck. Excuse me. You're fired. I forgot. He actually says that, doesn't he? Getting fired by Big Boss has got to be a brutal, brutal experience. A lot of soul searching to overcome that emotionally. Let's see. Where's the outer ops? There we go. Oh, cool, that's right. You can watch this unfold. Yeah, the AI boards, that's the biggest thing that breaks my heart to have lost. Because it is very grindy getting all those things. Just going through the backlog of Coldman's just AI stores. Yeah, you guys did good. Make me proud. Yeah, I watched those battles every time. Chewing on my fingernails, waiting for the outcome. Okay.
Snake, to gain access to the
I think I want some special equipment for this.
You can get one from a guard in an orange jacket stationed in an area where you can hear Quetzal singing. To get the ID card from the soldier, do a body check. You've got to get inside that lab before the AI gets shipped out. Get a move on.
Alright. Probably best to get some tranks in this one. What do I want? Do not want that anymore. Do I have directional mic? Sonic Eye. Maybe I want this. Yeah. Good intel guys in this mission? Yeah, I'm thinking about like kind of where you find particular guards of different qualities, and it does make sense that they would
There's supposed to be a Quetzal singing close to where your target is located. Keep your ears open.
does make sense that they would have different attributes based on the different areas they're guarding.
Guess not. Hmm? What's that noise?
I feel like it probably didn't as well, but again, it's been a while, so I'm not totally confident of that. Cool. Yeah, you just stay there. It is cool to see them, oh, never mind. I am wrong. I was gonna say it is cool to see everybody with their backs turned to you as you leave, because they're guarding the entrance, not guarding people from the entrance, but they still have patrols. Evening, Dreambeam. It's good to see you. How are you tonight? Oh yeah, yeah, Mudcrab. That is another game that I have tragically lost my 100% save file on. I actually platinumed the Phantom Pain, and PSN breaking my heart. I upgraded to a PS4 Pro, loaded Metal Gear Solid 5 on there, and started a new game. And PlayStation Network uploaded the 4% complete save file and overwrote my 100% save file. So sadly, those are hundreds of hours of playtime. Mostly, well, I don't even want to say mostly, at least half of that probably the Outer Ops stuff, but that's just gone forever. Dreambomb, what are your thoughts on Yakuza 7?
Once you know which soldier has the ID card, do a body check. To do a body check, first knock the soldier out, or put him to sleep, or hold him up. That works too.
I don't hear the bird I'm looking for here. Yeah, I too hope that that I have backup somewhere, but I don't believe that I do.
He's here!
It's just, nope. That is good to hear, Dreambomb. I, a great deal of affection for that series, and am thinking about biting on that soon.
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
I do have the analyzer. Does the analyzer tell me what they have on them? I mean, I know I'm looking for a guy with an orange vest.
Who's that? It's the enemy! Send reinforcements!
What's wrong? We have a situation.
You didn't finish your sentence. We have no idea what you meant.
Fulton recovery.
Let's see, what does my analyzer have on it? Yeah, I remember people being concerned about his lovability compared to Kiryu, and I felt pretty confident that they would land that well.
If you forget what a Quetzal sounds like, give Cecile a call on the radio. She'll remind you.
Go, go, go.
What's my radio? Nope. Let's see. There we go.
That is what a Quetzal sounds like.
Okay, not here. Yeah, Yakuza 0 is fantastic.
Somebody there? Huh.
Alright, yeah.
Send reinforcements.
It's not telling me what I'm looking for. Just to be clear, this is purely out of spite. Oh yeah. Oh, Dream Bomb. Yes, I did too. Hamill did a great job with Majima. It's very funny going back and listening to the English VO on those, especially the decidedly early aughts / late 90s kind of like punk barks when they growl at you and try to start the random encounters. Definitely a thing from its time.
Come in, HQ.
This is
Cool.
HQ.
See if I can keep an ear out for this Quetzal. I think it is a nice touch to make part of the mission to listen to the environment. I think that's cool. Let's see. Oh, there's only one way through. Oh.
Free.
You have been found wanting. I wish you luck in this new stage of your career where you cower indefinitely. I finished Kiwami 2 a couple of nights ago. It wasn't last night, it was the night before. And was honestly expecting the ending of that game to set up Ryuji's kind of situation at the beginning of Yakuza Dead Souls, and you know, now realize exactly how far the non-canon aspect of that game's storyline goes. Because in that one, Ryuji's got a severed arm that he never loses in Kiwami 2, and it's replaced with a mechanical arm that turns into like basically a Mega Buster. It's great. Dead Souls is a favorite, and oh, is this? No. Oh wait, did I just get turned around? I think I got turned around. No, I didn't do the Majima chapter. That's the kind of like top-down, sort of like wave-based combat thing. But yeah, no, I went to the karaoke bar, and the first thing it does, you know, when you ask it, it's like, sing alone, call Majima, and Majima's just like ready to drop everything, no matter what he is doing, to come sing karaoke with Kiryu. It's very charming. Oh, I'm sorry, no spoilers. Oh, hello. I see someone who is rare as a Quetzal. I kind of remember there being somebody over here. Okay, well, Mexican Sting, I can guarantee you that nothing significantly of substance was spoiled. Though obviously the person for whom something is spoiled is the ultimate judge of that.
Snake, pick it up.
That's all you've got?
You're carrying too much stuff. You gotta drop something before you pick up a new item. Open the item window. Choose the item you want to drop, and press the X button to drop it.
Rest in peace, love box. It's like the most bewildering holdup. I mean, every holdup in Metal Gear is bewildering, with a man running around crouched inside a cardboard box. But to have been held up and then look behind you and see only a cardboard box must be a uniquely disorienting experience. Believe me, I didn't want to leave the box behind. I had no choice. It was the box of the mission. Actually, I wonder... You can drop your Fultons, you can drop your rations. But you know what? That's what we trained those boxes to be able to handle. Solo sneaking missions. I fully believe in that box's ability as a soldier. Did I get turned around here? No, here we go. Oh. Still held up. What's your situation? What are you majoring in? Alright. Can take a wrenchman. Scanning all the joints in his body to determine competence and value as a human.
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
Oh man. You guys are studying wrench together. Oof. Evening, Dustin. And yes, I feel the same way. That's one of the reasons why a lot of it's just kind of washes past me. Yeah, Mudcrab, I think that's
Excellent. It's open.
that's a good priority. Oh, this is where I fight the terrifying flying one. Oh god, the game is 10 years old. Breaking my heart.
you be?
You. Dr. Strangelove, I presume.
I've been waiting.
Chrysalis, thank you. That's a very, very Liquid Snake moment.
Waiting for the one I despise.
Don't move.
Don't move. You men and your guns. You all say the same thing. I suppose you're here to destroy my
And a very Olga Gerlukovich greeting sans the one-shot knife.
Kill me like you killed her. Kill me like you killed the boss.
Yeah, Mexican Sting. I think that gets to the heart of it.
Come on, Snake. Or should I say
Wow, she's rolling up Liquid Snake, Olga Gerlukovich, and Fortune into one experience here. I think that's
country over the mentor who made you what you are. You brought despair to good soldiers everywhere.
the challenge with Peace Walker
Pretext of a mission to kill a true hero. Is that
as a
what you
narrative
call loyalty?
experience.
Answer me.
The boss.
Well, what do you have to say for yourself?
She betrayed America. She stole a Davy Crockett and then defected to the
Vanessa
Iron
Marshall,
Maiden.
that's it. Thank you, Mudcrab.
She used an American nuclear weapon to attack Soviet territory. The only way for Washington to prove its innocence to Moscow was to eliminate the traitor themselves. The boss's death was the only thing that could have prevented all-out nuclear war.
Is that what you call the truth?
It's the truth as it was told to me.
So the truth is that you sullied the reputation of your mentor, the woman you loved most in this world, before you buried her.
It was my mission.
Huh. So that's the conclusion you came to in order to live with yourself.
Does this? I mean,
I'm
is that the
one
account that
short
Eva
function
gave
of this world.
on the tape that she left Snake at the ending of MGS3? For some reason, I have in my head that he knew more than that.
We are the walking dead. Would you like to meet her?
The boss is gone.
Not so fast. You'd like to meet her, wouldn't you? I can arrange it. You took her life. I gave it back.
You what?
Care for a sniff?
Although I guess
It's only
it
snuff. You're a
seems
cigar, aren't
unlikely
you?
that
Well,
at
there's
this
no
point
smoking
Snake
there,
would
so if you want
just
to meet
talk
her, you'd
to
best
a
have
stranger who is positioned as an enemy. That's strange. That Snake would just tell somebody who's positioned as an enemy about the Philosopher's
My
Legacy.
morpho butterfly. It's neither pupa nor cocoon, but an amalgam. A complete individual in the fullest sense of the word.
Is someone there?
Boss.
We have a visitor. I'll introduce him. Don't try anything foolish. As long as we're in here, I can reduce you to carbon.
What is this?
at
It's the
press.
Carpenters?
Who are you?
I want to say this is the Carpenters.
A warfighter.
Boss. Is that you?
I call it the mammal pod.
Mammal pod.
For my participation on the project, I demanded access to all information on the boss. Everything the CIA had. Her personal history, military records, physiological data, correspondence, the files for every operation she took part in, every decision she ever made at every possible turn, what she took and what was taken from her pain and
That is cool art. That's a very nice, just sort of collage of the style of the information sharing cutscene moments from MGS3.
that would deliver an effective retaliatory strike against the most appropriate target in response to a nuclear attack from a hypothetical adversary. An unmanned device to act as a deterrent capable of making the decisions and taking the actions that human beings cannot. I therefore concluded he required a cool calculating machine programmed to inflict swift, sure, and utter
It's a very strange Carpenter song to choose because it's not It's
He took it upon himself to
not
come
one of the
up
ones I
with
usually
different
think of from them,
answer.
and therefore
He said he
is
needed the thought
a weird
patterns
one
of
to
the
have
very
stuck in my memory
finest
somewhere.
rational mind. One that thought on a global scale, took both past and future into consideration, and reached the best decision, no matter how painful.
And that's why you asked for everything they had on the boss.
It was the logical thing to do. I knew of only one person who could be entrusted.
Story-wise, one of the things that is strangest about the Metal Gear series is that the entirety of like 20th to 21st century world history comes down to like basically 6 people, and this which is like Big Boss and friends, and it's really interesting that the boss kind of gets a similar treatment as being like the ultimate visionary of everything ever, and the ultimate moral decider, such that she gets resurrected like this. I mean, characters get recycled endlessly to their doom in Metal Gear, so it's by no means new to the series. But taking the boss's last will or the boss's philosophy and having it apparently something that was so unclearly shared that it was up to vigorous interpretation that results in things as different as this in Outer Heaven. It's I don't know. It's a weird thing to keep pushing things back through.
Complete your mission, Snake. Extinguish that noble soul.
Quetzals appear every time I'm near because well, they know I'm Snake, and they're fans. Yeah, I can absolutely see that. I think you would have to make a tactical choice to what chat to pay attention to, because I'm sure he would get requests to speak every one of his lines. Evening, Mirth. It's good to see you. We are revisiting MGS3 by way of Peace Walker.
The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
That's the way a soldier's supposed to think.
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
That's the way a soldier's supposed to
It's interesting use of CQ
The
of
only thing can be with
QTEs to
absolute certainty is the mission.
simulate the motions of CQC. I also seem to remember from my own playthrough Snake getting his ass handed to him much less in the final sequence than is happening now. Oh, okay. So this is when she finds him and stomps on his hand with a horse. That's where that dialogue came from, but the setting is the final flower field. That's a really interesting blending of those two memories. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. Yeah, Mirth, this is a great series to play. It is can be somewhat impenetrable to know where to jump into. I would suggest Metal Gear Solid 1 as the place to start understanding why people fell in love with it. Though I would say Metal Gear Solid 3 is probably the best place to go to get a sense of the depth of gameplay that the series can offer. I think, actually, Mexican Sting, I think, would weigh in on the place where Metal Gear 2, the MSX Metal Gear 2, should fall in on that. And I think that if you're trying to, if you're just getting into the series to kind of get a sense of what's good about it, it might be a little older school than kind of sells it, but it is an excellent game and one of the best in the series. Excuse me. But yeah, definitely playing MGS 1 through 3 is... I would definitely play those in that order. Alright. Alright. Wrench Brothers. Invent me a wrench. This guy, yeah, medicine. Yeah. We could do some paperwork. Yeah, Metal Gear 2, for Metal Gears 1 and 2, if you pop in the MGS 1 disc, I guess it's on PC, so you could play it there too. Though I would recommend the PlayStation version, because it has some very key Metal Gear moments that are very much bound up in the hardware and the way the game takes advantage of that. That I don't think the PC version really captures as well. But yeah, if you go back, yeah, if you throw on that disc, it has summaries of the story of Metal Gears 1 and 2. But gameplay-wise, Metal Gear 2 is a fantastic game that has got a lot of depth as a 16-bit action-adventure game. Yeah, no, the HD collection, which is what this disc is, has MGS2 Substance, which has all the bonus VR mission stuff, MGS3, and the Metal Gear 1 and 2, and it's got Peace Walker, which is what we're playing off that. I definitely want this. This is so much more useful. Yes. And yes. I'm actually curious what y'all thought about the Snake versus Monkey minigame for the original PS2 release, which is conspicuously missing from the HD collection. Rip. I love these death sounds. Go Oven Bird. Yeah, Snake versus Monkey, Metal Gear Saru. The pun off of Saru and Saru Snake is very clever, and I'm not sure Operation Ape Snake does it quite the justice it deserves. Oh yeah. The wait, Metal Gear Solid? I didn't know that there was an overlap there as well. And thank you, Mudcrab. Yeah, the Stinger's definitely something I'm going to be glad to have developed here. Sure. Looks like both of these are about identical. This one carries more ammo, and it is a slower reload. Think what to do. Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed Death Stranding. I played it to the end and was very pleased to see that many of the characters and side quests after you beat the main game have some extra things you can do after the fact. But it'll be a while before I go back into it, I think. Okay. Get rid of that. And that. And... oh wait, okay. Loadouts are equipped to armor. Mudcrab, I'm curious, where did you leave off playing it? I spent a lot of time upgrading.
Take out the chrysalis. That thing needs to be eliminated once and for all.
Ooh.
Shoot through any wall you try to hide behind.
Doing a lot of driving in that game.
Fog's getting thick. Careful you don't lose sight of that chopper. Use the surround indicator to help you get a fix on the enemy's position.
Okay, this thing seems very able to dodge my attacks. Oh, that's cool. That's got a very GLaDOS feel to it. Well, buddy, we seem to be at an impasse. Neither one of us can hit the other. Oh yeah, the war memory, like, stuff, things happening in there. Okay, clearly, this is clearly not working. And I'm out of ammo.
They've okayed the request for support. They're sending out a cardboard box as we speak.
Nope. Why? No. There we go. Yes, this is what I want. I'm actually unclear if the Stinger is even tracking it. Oh, it has to say locked on. I see. Let me pull it back up and see what I can get from that then. Thank you. That's very useful. Oh, I see. The square in the square in the center shrinks, and that gives me what I'm looking for. Whoop. Oh wow, once you really get a beat on this thing, it's, it takes damage pretty easily. Ooh, it's gonna hit me with that exhaust, and I'm stunned! And I'm definitely eating those missiles. We can wrap this up. Oh, apparently not with that one though. Nope, that's not my supply marker. There we go. If you could politely land where I can shoot your weak point. Gotcha. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for that, Mudcrab. I was treating those as if they were the Stinger launchers from, you know, Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, which is just like an instant lock-on as soon as you cross a weak point.
Pull out the memory boards. All the unlocked boards will have icons over them.
Now that I know that that's how they work, I actually think there's a kind of a different kind of fun challenge with the way that weapon works, so not against it.
Go ahead and take whichever ones you want. If you attack parts on the exterior of the machine, the memory boards that control those parts should light up. You can
Even if it doesn't invalidate Metal Gear as a weapon, it certainly does undercut some of the shock and surprise that so many people in the first two games seem to have over a walking battle tank. Like, yeah, we've had flying battle tanks and rolling battle tanks. We've got one that looks like Tony, that moves like Tony Hawk. Why is the walking? Why does that surprise you at this point? So yeah, it creates more advanced stuff in the past that makes some of the reactions in the present less plausible. But I mean, I am okay with the kaiju mech battle conversation of would Metal Gear Rex beat Chrysalis and why? That's fine. I'm fine with the successive Metal Gears being more powerful than these for whatever, you know, plot necessary reasons. It really is just the fact that these things exist in the world now prior to those things, and people should probably know about them.
Snake,
She played me like a piano.
forget about it.
Kaz is
The will to do it.
I am not giving
Kaz
up.
is like, no snake like a fiddle.
I confirmed the location with Huey. The final testing base for Peace Walker is 15 miles to the north of that lab. It's an underground facility disguised as a rock quarry. All you need to do is sneak in and destroy
Yeah,
the AI.
played us like a damn fiddle is there were a lot of good jokes that came out of that.
You can destroy it, right?
Yeah,
We all have our limits. Actions beyond our abilities.
don't worry. I won't screw it up this time.
You're the one who killed the boss. Destroying that AI means reliving that memory.
It's just a machine.
Snake, I'm worried.
Worried?
For the same reason the CIA entrusted the nuclear launch to an AI. A man can condemn a handful of criminals to the death penalty if they're prepared to assume that responsibility. But who among us could do the same to hundreds of millions of innocent civilians? Who could reduce thousands of years of human history to ash in an instant? Could any flesh and blood human
I really like the optimism behind this.
No one man could bear the burden of total genocide. It's what's allowed our cowardly
I mean, the thing is, like, you only need one, right? Who's okay with that?
willpower is no issue.
And just that person just needs to have access to the
You're a
button.
hero, Snake, but you're not a machine.
That I can't destroy that thing?
That machine's not the problem. It's that the boss still lives inside of you.
Bullshit!
She's dead, Snake. It's time to come to terms with that. Let me put it another way. You've left everything behind. Your country country, your identity, your past.
That was a good
There's still one thing you haven't let
good
go of.
hater bullshit
What are you talking about?
The boss.
delivery.
You still haven't let her go. That's why you're so afraid to find out the truth about her. And that's what's holding you back from your future. Snake, she died a decade ago.
I think one of the things that's also a little strange about the story here, in terms of returning back to the boss, is I feel like there are only so many layers I'm prepared to mentally allow to be pulled back on conspiracy from a single moment. You know, needing to kill the boss in MGS3 and then finding out about the Philosopher's Legacy and that being her target. That's one level of conspiracy revelation that my brain can go, oh, okay, that turns what I know on its head, and that's meaningful because it's part of the same story. But then with the boss and the space age stuff and that being another motivation, it's kind of just, it's doing a little more than my brain can really handle for that character in a single set of actions.
Fine then. There's no point in arguing. Peace Walker is on the verge of completion. Come on, boss. Let's get to that base.
You're right, Dream Bomb, and to great effect. Alright, got ourselves a railgun. Yeah, Kaz is not letting Snake get out of his personal struggle there. All right. I think the main thing about the Walkman leveling up is you get more songs. Wonder if anybody tells them that you just need a new tape. Thank you. Yeah, let's it's time to revisit our Metal Gear and see what this looks like. We don't have it yet. Oh, I need to equip them. Very close to a power unit. We got ahead. Aw. I mean, just give the head a jetpack and a radome. I just saw one that could do that. It's totally fine. Oh right, you can send Zeke out on the outer ops and just absolutely obliterate soldiers in these minor skirmishes. So, give me just 1 second. I'm going to take a quick break here, refresh my water, and we'll go back to the mine base. And, oh yeah, this is where we're coming up on one of our even bigger Shadow of the Colossus bosses, where we actually climb this weird oil rig structure and destroy it in pieces. So yeah, I'll be right back. Evening, Ark. It's good to see you. And yeah, sleep schedules are hard. If your late arrival means that you have had one and have adhered to it such that you're well rested, then happy for you. Yeah, the cocoon was absolutely the easiest one to beat. The armor on that must be very weak because it took damage much faster than the pupa did. Mudcrab, before you hopped in, I did an optional fight against the pupa and just, I wiped once through because it just would not die. And also I played badly, so that contributes to a loss. But yeah, that how many bars went down per hit on the cocoon, just night and day difference. And let's see. Oh man, Shadow of the Colossus on PS4. I remember getting that bargain sale on PS2 before PS3 came out, and just being absolutely wowed by it. I still have my old copy. But yeah, I think... Okay, so I was thinking about this while I was getting the water, and I think the thing that is strange to me about Peace Walker, which makes it hard to keep in my brain in terms of plot and story, is it does introduce a lot of characters who I spend much less time with than other, sort of like story regulars, and who I feel like I forget about very easily. And then they also bring in additional revelations about major characters, which sort of kind of try to wipe away some of the emotional impact that the previous revelations about those characters have had. In particular, the boss. I kind of feel about her return in this the same way that I felt about Sokolov's return in Portable Ops. Felt like that was a weird return to a character who I felt had done their part and had been removed from the stage. Yes, Mexican Sting, Tekken. It's a solid staple. I guess he's dead, Volgan. Yeah, like 5 years later, still has a spine, still can walk. I don't think I need this now. Oh yeah, that's right, Volgan. Volgan is long-lived. Judo, eh?
How's the horse doing?
Not too bad. You'd never know he was over 20 years old.
He
Oh
was
man,
hers after all.
I was out running
like
today.
some part of her
And I was listening to some Metal Gear music as part of my sort of like exercise mix, and was disappointed to see that the MGS3 soundtrack is not one of the ones that Konami has put up on Spotify, because Volgan's boss theme would be a great running track.
Destroying the platform will be difficult. I suggest getting up close and destroying the AI instead. Whatever you do, I'm begging you, don't let my Peace Walker launch a nuke. Hurry, Snake!
Honestly, most of my running mix contains Metal Gear, No More Heroes, Killer 7, God Hand, and They Might Be Giants, because you always need to cool down with Polka.
Peace Walkers in a base due west of your current position. Move out.
Yeah, Mudcrab, I agree. I would like to have seen more of Ocelot. Besides just ocelotting it up as in the background. Is portable, is it the portable ops or is it this one where he ends, during the ending you see Ocelot looking kind of like the Josh Keaton MGS3 Ocelot, but then sort of like starting to grow the classic mustache.
We're under attack. Going to alert. What's
wrong?
We're under attack. Going to alert status.
Oh man, this might not be the best armor
What's going on?
for this. Yeah, Flood is a good album. Flood was my first They Might Be Giants experience. Oh right, this is one of the areas where you can dive off into a hay cart like Altair from Assassin's Creed. I seem to recall. Yeah, I agree that
HQ, come in.
Ocelot's role in MGS4 is strange.
This is patrol. All clear.
Understood. Return to
Oh.
base.
Oh crap.
Somebody there. The enemy's here.
Understood. Eliminate all hostiles.
Seems abusable.
Over here.
I mean, just stay down. There's my hay bale. Oh my god, that's right! Trophies weren't originally a part of MGS4. I totally forgot about that. I actually don't think that I have a single trophy in MGS4 myself either.
This is HQ.
This is patrol. All clear.
Understood. Return to base.
Oh man, they're just repopulating the area with these dudes. Great. Let's
Start talking. Start talking. Start talking. Start talking.
I heard something.
Oh wow, you all actually got the big boss emblem. I don't think I ever attained that. You have to beat that on the boss difficulty with certain of the classic, sort of like
Can't
sneaking
imagine
restrictions.
Start talking. Start talking. Start talking.
Okay, let's hop back up here and try this again. Oop.
Somebody there?
What?
Start talking. Start talking. Start talking. Start talking.
Okay. Up above. Okay.
Freeze.
Yeah, the requirements for the big boss rank seem much more classically, classic MGS fare. Limit on saves, clear time, no kills, that sort of thing. How do I get up here? Maybe I gotta go around here. Oh, I bet... Can I use the box? I cannot. Oh no! Well, rip box. I wonder if they're ever going to remaster that.
Somebody there?
Nope. Pay no mind.
Start talking. Start talking. Start talking. Freeze.
There's a dude up there. Where's the ladder? There we go. It is very unique to the hardware, I agree. And,
There's some straw below you. You can dive into it with the
I love that icon. There we go.
Back in the time of the Crusade, members of the Order of Assassins used what is called the Assassin's Straw Box to hide and get close to their enemies.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about this. This is brilliant. If I can plow into them? Oh yeah, this is great. If I can... I have a feeling there's probably a special grab maneuver I can do from inside the assassin's box. Yeah, they were. He really liked Assassin's Creed. I think that by the time this came out, would have been 10 years ago. This is before Assassin's Creed had its kind of wealth of. Oh, it's an item I can equip and unequip.
You can fit up to 2 people inside an assassin's straw box.
All right, here we go. Can I grab you?
Drag him inside the box.
Cool. That's great. Yeah, there is no pressure sensitivity on the 360 controller. Wait, it does? I don't remember that at all. Oh, damn it, I missed the dude who's in that area. The reason I ask is because I made this video about how to do CQC in Metal Gear Solid 3 because it's not super well tutorialized, and I get questions all the time in the comments there about people who are trying to do CQC on the 360 release of the HD collection. Asking how to convert the pressure sensitivity actions to a 360 controller, which is why I think that it doesn't, but I also have never played it on 360, so I don't know. I still have Lollipop Chainsaw I need to finish. That has been sitting in my 360 for about 7 months. Oh man, are these the... Oh, these are volunteers. I mean, yeah, we can put you to use. That guy knew how to make tea. Oh, that's excellent. I feel... I don't know. I used to really like the DualShock 3, and it felt very natural to me. And then, is Amanda still... like, critically wounded? She is, in fact. Oh, wow. She's fading fast. Like, I told you. That's such a bad idea. Anyway, yeah, I used to really like the DualShock 3, and now the DualShock 4, I think it's the fact that the sticks are much closer to the body of the controller, makes that easier for me to play action games on. Yeah, I know. That's the thing that's kind of bewildering me about Amanda, is that she seemed to stop healing at a certain point. So I was like, okay, I guess the game wants me just to throw her into a team. And then I did, and now her stats are going way down fast. So I just kind of want her to, like, rest up and be less tough. Yeah, the DualShock 2, actually, I'm curious, I've actually got all three of them right here, right now. So, yeah, DualShock 2 feels very good. I feel like I think what makes the difference is that the top of the analog stick bulbs out, and the way that they did they kind of shaved that off and made an indentation there on the DualShock 4, that makes it easier for me to manipulate and feel control over. And I do like these better, even though I've had more than a few DualShock 2 controllers kind of something breaks in the shoulder buttons and they get stuck. I think. Oh yeah. Actually, for comparison. Yeah, I think the DualShock 3's controllers have the sticks the farthest away from the body, and just in terms of manual input and response, the lower the stick is to the body, the faster and more responsive the controller is. So I think that's the reason why the DualShock 4 is the winner for me. I know, remember, a lot of people really didn't like these shoulder buttons, but I think they're fine. Oh no, I've never had a DualShock 3 shoulder button break. It's just the DualShock 2, which is what this one was right here. Yes, Mexican Sting. I remember reading somewhere that the plastic or the rubber or whatever it is that they're made out of absorbs the oils from your hand, especially true if you're eating something greasy, and retains it and then sort of like just ejects it at a certain point. And so it gunks up like that. Yeah. The reason why, I mean, this is my favorite DualShock 3 because it is the least gunky controller. Which actually, Mudcrab, if the controller that you were able to find on eBay is not gunked up, that makes it an extra good find. Yes. I absolutely want more of that. This is, yes. I want sniper rifles for this next mission. Weird. Yeah, I haven't really found a satisfactory cleaning solution for it either. It just seems to make the gunk wet, which isn't ideal. Combination of ooze and dust. Yep, that's the DS3 feel. Which, I mean, I'm really glad that I can pair the DS4 with the PS3. It makes the experience easier for me.
You've been spotted by the guards. Take them out before they take you.
Oh, weird. Those little alcohol wipes. Huh. I'll give it a shot. Yeah. Let's just do this lethally. Ruins as a terrain. It's interesting. Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, I tend to use those wipes for my my phone and tablet screens as well for that exact reason. And also, obviously, for the old peepers, so I can see clearly.
There's no turning back now, Snake. Wipe out the enemy. Move on.
It's weird that he pops up and then gets back down.
Snipers will get a bead on you from a distance. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there.
I remember this is a great mission to co-op with. Nope. What? Nope. Oh wow, that's bad combo. Really? Did not know that. Alright. Oh, I got rid of my chaff grenades. That's actually something I absolutely want in this fight. Well, thank you for letting me know. That's, I will revise that strategy. Okay. Checking hard disk. There's something else I wished I'd had in there too. Oh, the strike markers were great. You know what? That makes perfect sense. Alright, I'm gonna load out with that.
Damn it! You've been...
Oh, tell me I kept all that. Yes! Yeah, Mexican Sting, that's moment that I discovered I was ill-prepared for what I had to deal with.
turning back now, Snake. Wipe out the enemy. Move on. Keep your eyes peeled for snipers. A good one can hit you from a mile away.
Yeah, that's effective. Let's let them get close. No, no. Yeah, I'm not getting you in time. These guys, oh, they're coming out of that. Definitely, close quarters combat is not the sniper's forte there. Oh yeah, I remember three slot rotation from MGS3 and MGS4. That's right. Thank you. That is not a bad idea. I will hop on that as soon as I'm done with this fight. I also struggle a bit in Peace Walker with the crouching and rolling, because I seem to do the one that I don't want to do. Oh wait, is that the spot I just passed? Because I would love to just change CQC all these dudes. Yep. This is just a CQC buffet. We'll have the macaroni and cheese, the romaine salad, and the ribs. Oh no! The buffet is closed. There's a trophy for getting all of them. It's cute. It's good to see that they paid attention to what people enjoyed doing. Super goofy. Yeah, Carl Gustav Fulton. They're Fultoning out tanks. It's ridiculous. Giant valley-sized tank, for some reason designed to stalk. Yeah, that was Snake just working on his knee there until he finally came out. Oh, interesting. Yeah, when I played this before, I just sort of like threw myself into it, didn't really strategize that much. That's a really interesting side of the game to hear about. I appreciate that. I think it's interesting that this cutscene sort of like overview of this enemy, like it's actually so big that in order to comprehend everything that it has on it, it has to have its own cutscene. Whereas the pupa and the chrysalis, you know, they just showed up, coasted in, and you were left to kind of figure out its abilities on your own. And this one gets a full tour. Really? Didn't know they were S ranks. I also did not know that you could get them. I guess if you got a Fulton cannon, you could do that. Let's see, what time are we at here? This boss fight might be a good thing to start the next stream on, but we have had a pretty good time doing some optional Metal Gear stuff after the main stream, so I'm curious to see something here. Let's go ahead and save. Oh, I haven't saved in a while. That's disconcerting. Let's go ahead and do that. So, let's see something here. I have, in fact, not saved often. Floating psychics berate me everywhere I go. I can't get them to stop. Evening, Mudcrab. It's good to meet you. I hope you come by again. I'm gonna do continue doing Peace Walker until the end on Saturday night, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, and on Tuesday, if this fits your interest, gonna start doing Shadow of Destiny, which is a PS2 Konami game released the same year as MGS2, as a matter of fact, but very different style of game. Anyway, if you do a follow, then you'll get a notification when that comes up. But yeah, have a good night. I want to see if they have the skateboarding minigame in this. Because if they don't, I have it on the actual Substance disc, and I want to play that. That'll be a good good closing experience. Ah, brutal. Okay, then what I'm going to do is grab Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance and put it in the PS2. I'm going to cut the stream, get that set up, and then we'll go and do that. So, give me... I think I probably... I mean, just anything that is very Sony specific, like the Ape Escape references they took out of the HD collection, which is a shame. What did I do to my elbow? Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to cut the stream, set that up, and I'll be right back. Evolution skateboarding, yes. That was just such a weird, wonderful crossover. So, anyway, okay, gonna cut this, I'll be right back.